Welcome to Gunners Are Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are. I like that. That sounded better than when I did on my own this week.
I always try and do it the same every week, so it sounds almost like a recording.
Yeah, like 19s, 80s radio in America.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to
Wednesday.
That reminded me, I did an English project when I was in school.
Yeah.
It was like communications.
Okay.
We were probably 13.
Communications at 13?
And it was with one Paul Raymond.
Okay, yeah. There it is. There it is.
And a couple other lads. And we had to do a radio show. We had to mimic a radio show. And we went with Baby FM. And we had a jingle.
Remember this.
Yeah. We spoke like babies.
Yeah.
Very weird. Like in hindsight, really strange.
Weirdly, I grew up really wanting to be a radio presenter because, like, when I was a kid, because I'm old, Howard Stern was like a big thing. He still is, weirdly. But I remember watching the movie Private Parts that was about Howard Stern.
Even then.
And I always wanted it. And weirdly, podcasts have kind of turned into what he was doing back in the day.
Exactly. So from this random brick wall behind us, if you're seeing this on our TikTok at ByTBA or on our YouTube at The Brothers Or, we are now podcast hosts in front of a brick wall.
Oh!
And this is Gunners Are Us. So make sure you follow us on all forms of where you get your podcast at Gunners Are Us. Give it a 5-star review if you can. Like I always say, download it 4,000 times.
Yeah.
Because it will really help us, I think. Because mentally, I'll feel really good about it.
I enjoy doing this as well. So it'd be quite nice to keep doing this.
But let's talk about football. That's why we're here. Football. Sunday. It's Wednesday. I'm going to be brutally honest and very candid. I have no show plan in front of me like I usually do.
We've got a blank page.
I do have the results of Prediction League from last week, from 2 weeks ago because of the international break.
Yeah.
I believe. No, we had a week.
Did we?
Yeah, we've had a week.
We had a weekend.
We had one weekend. I'm so confused. Football's come back hot and heavy.
Yeah,
because Arsenal have even played in the Champions League. So we will tell you the results of Prediction League. We are going to predict this week's action, which is going to be the bulk of the show. So this one is less of a Gunners Are Us episode and more of a Premier League Are Us type podcast.
I think a lot of people will like that.
I know. And I know that I've spoken about it a couple of times, whether we should do a Gunners Are Us pod and then a Prem pod, or it's called Gunners Are Us. And we do 2 types, but either way, today will be very Premier League heavy. But just to start the show, let you know, obviously Simon is still not here. Nothing's wrong with Simon.
He's a busy bee.
He is. He will be on Impact TV.
Wow.
I think it is Turning Point, Hard to Kill. I've forgotten the exact one.
Hard to Kill's in January because TNA is back.
Yeah, right. He is this week working the pay-per-view in Newcastle.
Yeah.
So he is very busy with that.
Against a guy we know very well as well, Joe Hendry.
He is working Joe Hendry from Scotland. So he is very busy this week. Again, hopefully next week he'll actually sell because he is running on hours of sleep, couple hours of sleep a day. And if you follow Simon in any way or 360, Simon Miller 316 on all social media, you can see how busy he already is. Yeah. He's added to it. So he's very busy this week, but we do have his predictions. So he'll be locking his ones in.
If he was a car, he's your service.
He's very much your service. And hopefully next week he'll be on and he can talk about how he's happy about how cool and slow his life has become in the last couple of days. But until then, I'm just going to get Joe to let us know what he thought about the Chelsea game, because I did an extra podcast on Monday.
That was very good.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I'll be doing that more often because the equipment is very close to where I lay my head at night.
Literally a wall away.
It's a wall away. So I have no excuse not to just jump on there and give my thoughts on any big information or big news that breaks. So we'll be doing that. So I'll be adding a couple extra ones, and also it lightens the load on these episodes. So instead of us doing a Chelsea review, a Sevilla review, a Premier League kind of review from last weekend, and a prediction for all this weekend, and then previewing Arsenal versus Sheffield United, and then whatever midweek goodness we have next week. It's so much easier if we break it down like this, because weirdly, Arsenal play next Wednesday against West Ham in the Carabao Cup away from home, which means we'll be podcasting before that game, which means all we got to do today is Joe's going to say a couple of words on the Chelsea game.
Yep.
We're going to quickly just gloss over the Sevilla game last night because there's a couple of newsworthy moments. Then we're going to have a good old 40-minute chunk of just talking about Premier League this weekend, what we think is going to happen, who's doing well at the minute, what matchups we like. Maybe even do a couple. We'll throw a couple of accumulators out there for people to follow along if you like to dabble in a 10p bet here and there. We'll throw together a nice treble or something that we like the look of. I'll give you my pick. Joe can give his, and then if you guys your 10p gets you a nice 60p profit. Is that the word?
Yeah, that's like I'm gonna quit my job kind of profit. That is.
That's it. That's all we're all. Hey, we're doing accumulators, so we can go buy a giant mansion and watch football all the time. So yeah, we'll be doing that. So Joe, Chelsea, Arsenal, 2-2, Stamford Bridge, awful game. Somehow got points. What do you think? Are you happy about it? How do you react to the goal?
I'm going to be honest. Which goal are we talking about? The Mudryk goal?
No, I'll say. Well, yeah, your exact words, and I want you to back this up because since then we've had a lot of information.
I feel bad about these words now. I was kind of angry at the time, right?
And I understand it because I think I felt very similar.
Yeah.
Was Joe's message to me was, Raya, you're a clown.
Yeah. Okay, so
and we can drip feed a little bit of Raya talk into the Sevilla game if you want, because I'm going to add, you're going to talk about this, but in the Sevilla game, he did pass the ball to the other team twice.
Yeah.
In his own half that nearly led to goals.
He also nearly punched the ball into his own net.
He nearly punched the ball into his net. And if you haven't seen it, there's a funny video of from behind the goal where Saliba, it's like a comedy sketch the way he acts when it's in midair. He's like, oh God.
Oh God. If that had gone in, I don't know what.
That was the end of him, I think.
He'd probably play again next week.
Ramsdale, I don't know how he's going to get back in the team.
I have two different mindsets on that game. So off the back of watching the game, I was confused and a little bit upset about the situation. So I watched the game and very quickly moved on from the game. I wasn't really thinking about it too much until I listened to your podcast from last a few days ago. And it kind of opened my eyes a little bit, and I got to thinking about the game again. I remembered certain things that happened, certain things that weren't going our way, certain things that went our way. And since then, you've also broken it down tactically as well.
I appreciate you making it sound like I know all of it.
Yeah, but the way you explained it kind of summed it up a lot better than going by just the eye view.
The eye test is always tough when you break things down tactically. The eye view is always so different.
Yeah.
So that's why people do rewatches and stuff like that.
And as a fan, you've got emotion invested as well. And not just that, our expectations are quite high now because of the way we've been playing lately. So first view, game felt sloppy. It felt like Chelsea were working very hard. We were giving the ball away a lot. And then eventually the game kind of went back in our favour a little bit. That was my first takeaway. And also Raya as well. Like there was too many mistakes. The Mudryk goal didn't help. But since then, you've kind of broken it down as Chelsea's game plan worked perfectly for what they wanted. In the conditions, each player was working hard to close us down. We had no time on the ball, which makes total sense now when you look back at it. But the commentators keep describing the game in the way that we would describe the game, watching it as fans' first take, which I think is a bit, not amateurish, but a little bit sloppy in the way they're describing the game. They said it again last night on commentary for the Sevilla game. They said Arsenal was sloppy for 3/4 of the game, and then Arsenal salvaged points at the end, which I think is a sloppy take. Like, you're not really looking at what's actually happened in the game. Tactically, Chelsea played it to perfection, gave us no time on the ball, which led to us being sloppy, along with the conditions. Doesn't help, which isn't an excuse. It's just the way it was. Then Arteta made a change later on in the game to combat what they were doing. So you described it as we went 2-4-4. Mm-hmm. So to get rid of the pressing, the constant press, he went to 2-4-4, played some long balls, which then went over the top of their press, threw complete confusion into them because their game plan's gone out the window now, and it led to us scoring 2 goals. So tactically, if you're looking at it like that, not from a fan perspective, but a tactics perspective, Pochettino did really well with his game plan at the start. Arteta, 3/4 into the game, then changed everything, and it led to what ended up happening.
Yeah.
Which, on a tactics basis, is fantastic. If you can do that, remain unbeaten, away from home at Stamford Bridge, and still get points, his tactics led to that. So, really, if you look at it like that, it was a success in game.
Well, I think people are saying they don't like a lot of how we played against City and then how we played against Chelsea.
Yeah.
But high-level coaches have talked about it as like 2 of the best tactical games.
Yeah.
And again, that is, the eye test compared to tactics, is Arteta will take more from the Man City win. He was livid after the Chelsea game because I think he was annoyed at a mixture of himself for not changing it earlier.
That's what Dad said last night. When I described what you said, Dad said, why didn't he do it a little bit earlier?
I think he couldn't figure it out. I think he was trying to see how it would work. And I think he also doesn't want to lose the trust, because to take Zinchenko off at half time was also, it's a big move. Like, people would say, well, just get him off if he's not playing well.
He would have got sent off.
Yeah, he would have.
I was going to place a bet when he got booked.
Yeah,
he was going to go off.
Sterling was all over us in that first half. The minute Tomiyasu came on, Sterling was not all over us. So
Yeah.
it was a good change. But I think it is just one of those things where there is a way of the way to get around a press is you can either play around, through, or over.
Yep.
And I think the first 60 minutes he tried to play through and around, and he had no joy.
No.
So his last chance was, I'm going to have to go over, which is a bit, I think, as far as a manager goes, I think it's almost like a poison chalice. It's one of those, I don't want to have to go over the press because it's a bit
basic.
It's a bit Allardyce.
Well,
and I love Allardyce, but I'm just saying it's a bit Bolton ball. It's a bit.
It makes him look like he's reading like Football for Dummies on the sideline.
Yeah, it's a bit. All right, last point of call. I'm going to go long, and I'm going to put someone tall, and he's going to hold it up, and it will turn them. And I think he had to accept that. And I think once he accepted that, it worked. But I think that's why he was still annoyed at the end. Was he didn't feel like he was annoyed his players had to do that and couldn't do it through and around.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Chelsea aren't the best team in the world at pressing.
Yeah.
So we're going to go up against more of this. And he's now thinking, if you play like that again, you're going to get destroyed by like a Real Madrid in the Champions League or Barcelona, a better pressing team.
Yeah.
And then there's teams like Munich who are unbelievable at pressing and then counter-attacking. If you play like that, he's annoyed that his first port call now is probably going to be like, put Havertz on, we'll go long.
Like you couldn't come up with something smart.
Yeah, basically. And again, but we'll take the 2 points. That's something we'll definitely do is those are going to be, I sent you a message last night, and when you break it down this way, and we'll move into Sevilla now.
Yeah.
If I had said 2 weeks ago, we're going to play City at home, Chelsea away, Sevilla away.
Yeah.
Europa Cup champion, Sevilla type. This is a very good Sevilla team. You would go, how many points are we going to get from that? And objectively, I think we'd all go, we're probably going to lose to City, but let's hope for a draw.
Yeah.
We're probably going to lose to Chelsea, but we've been good recently, so maybe a win.
Yeah.
But I think it'll probably be a draw or a loss.
Yeah.
And in Sevilla away, I think we all would have taken a point with how that Champions League group was.
So we'd be happy with 3 points from 3 games.
3 points from 3 games, I think we would have been all right. And that we don't know if that would have been 3 draws or 2 losses and a win.
Yeah.
If we got 4 points, I think we'd be extremely happy.
Yeah.
And even 5, you'd be like, how have we managed 2 draws and a win here?
Yeah.
And being unbeaten. We've ended up doing it unbeaten and having 7 points.
Yeah.
So when you look at it that way, that's an unbelievable set of fixtures to get through, especially with a lot of injuries still happening in the City game with Saka, Partey. Martinelli wasn't fully fit.
Yeah.
Saliba was working for an injury. Then to get through that, then go into an international break, which completely misses up your kind of rhythm.
Yeah.
Come back from it straight into Chelsea away, and to go 2-0 down and have no answer for 60 minutes, but then figure it out, get the points, get out of there, run back to North London, get on a flight, go to Sevilla, and then pull off. And I thought last night was such a professional European job.
In that atmosphere as well, they created, like the commentators described it as a cauldron.
Yeah.
It was like a cauldron. The atmosphere, the Sevilla team were very tidy.
They're really tidy. And I was impressed with Sevilla. And there was portions of that game. We went 2-0 up and we could have gone 3, then 4.
Yeah.
And we didn't finish our chances, which is annoying because the last part of the game became a bit, I don't know, unnerving.
Yeah.
Because we were in a real precarious situation because we lost to Lons.
Yeah.
It became awkward because if we were to lose last night, and luckily the other teams drew, so it wouldn't have been the worst case scenario, but we were looking at a situation of being 3rd in the league and then having to beat Sevilla at home, beat Lons at home, and beating PSV away from home. And they've got a great atmosphere at PSV. That's a good
all 3 teams, their atmosphere has been wild.
When you look at that group, because I've looked at around a couple of Champions League groups, specifically Man City's, and you just go, how do they get away with these? Because, Arsenal's won. I think logistically, we should be winning it.
We should. Yeah.
And even when I look at the teams, I think we're better than all 3 teams.
Yeah.
Well, considering people are considering us, 3rd or 4th favourites behind City, Munich, and Real Madrid.
Yeah.
We should be winning these. But when you then look at it, you go, but Sevilla are a quality team that win Europa Cup probably every other year of their existence. Then you've got PSV, which they're no dummies.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Lons, who haven't been in F2. And I do think Lons aren't as good as... They have an unbelievable forward in Wale.
Yeah.
But I think we came up against a super force when we went against them at home because that was their cup final.
Oh, they're playing for the patch. They're playing for the patch on the arm.
Yeah, it was their first time in 20 years at home in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And they had 2 unbelievable finishes in that game, and we lost 2-1. I do think we were just unlucky. I think we came up against a team on the wrong night it's similar to how PSV came up against us to the Emirates after
Yeah.
8 years out of the Champions League.
Yeah.
I think they came up against a bit of a force bigger than themselves, and we blew them away 4-0 was it first day. And I don't think Lons are going to be the issue, but I kind of, if you look at the way the league ended last night with the draw away from home for PSV and then us getting that win, the league is, we're top. We've got Lons 1 point behind us, and then it's about 5 points behind us.
Yeah.
PSV and Sevilla 1-2 points. So I was just saying to Joe last night, Sevilla now we play at home.
Yep.
The way in which we played last night, if we can do that again, we should at home. We should definitely win that.
Yeah.
If Lons were to beat PSV away from home, then we would be on 10 points. They'd be on 9, and the other 2 teams would be on 2.
Yeah.
Which means we'd qualify. So we will win Sevilla and Lons to win. We both qualify. I think they would still need to draw, but we would be qualified. We would just then have to secure top spot. So there's a part of me that wants Lons to win and come with us.
Yeah.
But I just don't know. But
it's definitely.
I feel a lot better after last night than I did prior to last night because I was a bit unnerved about the win and then loss in the Champions League.
Yeah, I didn't feel overly confident, but the performance on the pitch definitely filled me with a lot more confidence. We seemed way more assured, confident. Yeah. We weren't backing down to the atmosphere.
No.
We weren't backing down to the situation of it all. But I think it is shaping up. I think the commentators mentioned it last night. Our group is shaping up to be one of the most competitive groups in the Champions League. Like you said, on paper to start with, I would have had us just winning it based on where we're at and where the other 3 teams are at. But it is shaping up to be super competitive.
It's like usually what your Champions League group is usually you and then another giant. And then 2 teams you really know you could roll over.
Yeah.
And therefore the 2 big teams just go through because you roll over home and away the rubbish teams and then you both take points off each other with the big team.
Yeah.
We haven't really got a giant team with us.
No.
We've got 3 average mid-road Europa Cup winning type teams.
Yeah.
Like if PSV, Sevilla or Lons won the Europa League last year, no one would be surprised.
No.
Whereas if you look at some of the other leagues, teams are in there with 3 teams that if they won the Europa League, you'd be like, oh, really?
Yeah.
So when you think of it that way, it's a bit, I don't know.
You've also got to remember, like, coming from the leagues they're coming from, the Champions League is the pinnacle of everything.
This is what they're playing for this year.
Yeah, because they know they're probably not going to compete in their given league. But the Champions League is the one where they turn up and they know that every game's like a cup final for them. And they play like that. So, yeah, I mean, I'd like to see Lons come through because I was very impressed with them. I do like where Lons is at. But I just want to circle back to what we were saying about Raya as well, because I didn't really get to clarify on the clown comment.
You want to rip into him more?
No, I don't, because I do like Raya a lot.
Okay.
But the eye test, again, is very obvious when you watch, I think, the last few games we've had him in. He's made significant mistakes within the game. Some have led to goals, some nearly led to goals.
Yep.
His distribution seems off. Like, he's not picking players out. Yeah. His passes are going to the other team on the edge of the box. But you showed me a stat this week where he kind of blows Ramsdale out the water with his stats.
Yeah.
So the eye test as opposed to stats is similar to the eye test of the Chelsea game opposed to tactics. I understand the stats and I understand why Arteta picks him over Ramsdale, because what he offers the team is what Arteta wants more than what Ramsdale offers. But again, you're playing with emotion because we all love Ramsdale. So it's like he's been jilted, pushed back. We got this new guy. The new guy's making a lot of mistakes eye test wise. So I understand when he makes mistakes, he's playing more for his place because we're all eager for Ramsdale to come back. So when we see the mistakes, we're like, come on, we need Ramsdale back in. But stat wise, and Arteta is going to be doing this more based on stats.
Yeah.
I understand why he's in the team.
Yeah, it's tough. And there's obviously a correlation of since he's come in. Again, we haven't lost this year. We've lost 1 game in all comps.
Yeah.
And it was Lons and Rare played. So if you look at, until last night, they played the same amount of games.
Yeah.
But the stats so far are pretty much all in favor of Rare.
Yeah.
But he's had the 1 loss. But again, he was at fault for one of the goals in that, so you could technically say that.
Yeah.
But I think in football, high-level football, there's going to be mistakes.
Yeah.
So like Jorginho was at fault for us dropping points to Tottenham. You don't hold that over that guy's head. That was just a part of that game.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting one because the Raya conversation is going to go on all year.
Yeah.
And what I think is interesting is how does Arteta figure his way through the waters.
Yeah.
Because he said one thing, that they're competing for places, and if one were to like not do great, the other one will come in.
Yeah.
And we're all on the eye test going, well, he's not doing great. Why is Ramsdale not coming in?
Yeah.
But then you look at the stats, and he's doing really good. So that's what Arteta's going by and thinking the team's playing better because of this.
Yeah.
So therefore, that's what I'm going to go with. So over the next couple of weeks, we're going to find out exactly where he stands and whether Ramsdale ends up at somewhere like Chelsea. But what we'd like to know is, let's hear from you guys. What you think is going to happen next with the Rare situation. Let us know at ByTVL on all forms of social media, and comment underneath any video that this goes up on in some kind of short, because I think this will be a nice short.
But I just want to clarify as well that Rare's not a clown. I was riding emotion at the time. He's made a lot of mistakes, so it's understandable to make that comment. But I like Rare a lot. I like both goalkeepers. I want both goalkeepers to stay at Arsenal.
Yeah.
And fight for their spot. He's not a clown.
I tell you who I think was the opposite of a clown last night was Jesus. Jesus in the Champions League is unreal.
Yeah.
He had an unbelievable record already.
Yeah.
But this year already, he's got 3 and 3. He's got an assist onto his name as well. The goal he scored last night was unreal. The turn he did to lead to Martinelli's goal was unreal. But he did happen to pick up an injury.
Yeah.
So he felt the back of his leg, which we all just think instantly hamstring. After the game, Arteta said that he felt something, and for Jesus to come off means he's probably hurt. And it seems like a big blow. But then Jesus did an interview straight after the game as well and said, I felt a very small thing. I didn't want it to get any worse, so I just came off.
Yeah.
I'm getting a scan today, as in the day this podcast goes up. I think it's nothing.
Okay.
So it could be a Martinelli situation where he's out for the next 7-8 weeks, like we just dealt with Martinelli. It could be a Saka situation where he misses a week. It could be because they've all grabbed their hamstring.
What's the deal with the hamstrings?
Don't know. There's a lot going on with these hamstrings. And then who else was it? Trossard.
Yeah.
Straight after he came in for Martinelli.
Yeah.
But he was only again away for a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So the way I look at it, Jesus probably got something going on. He'll probably miss the Sheffield United game, which probably isn't the worst game for him to miss.
Yeah.
Next week, midweek, we're away at West Ham. He probably wouldn't have played in that anyway.
Yeah.
And then the week after that, I can't remember who we got. I'll look into it.
Brentford.
No, I think that's after the next international. I think.
Oh my goodness.
That's the one that was in my head because we were talking about Odegaard.
Yeah.
And how he plays after international breaks.
Yeah.
I'll look into it, but I know it's an awkward away tie. I just don't know who exactly. But he'll probably be back for that one, and that's the one we'd probably need him anyway. So how long is that? 10 days?
Yeah.
That could be him back to fitness. And again, he probably wouldn't have started anyway. He probably come on for 30 minutes or he'd start the first 60. So
let's hope it is just precautionary and he did just go off just to save further damage.
Yeah.
Unlike we did with Timber at the start of the season.
Yeah. And that's what we want. We want them to catch things early.
Yeah.
So they're only out for 10 days as opposed to
I think long term.
Exactly. So we have Sheffield United at home this weekend.
Yep.
Midweek away at West Ham. Then the following weekend is away at Newcastle. Is the one I was thinking about. Then we're home to Sevilla, home to Burnley, away to Brentford.
Okay.
But the Brentford one is an international break coming back from. So before the next international break, we only have 5 more games.
Yeah.
It's 2 weeks, basically.
A couple of tough ones in there as well.
Yeah, I'd like to think we beat Sheffield United. I'd like to think we'd beat Sevilla at home and Burnley at home. West Ham away in the Carabao Cup, I don't have a clue because I don't know what team will play. I don't know what team West Ham will play.
All over the place.
I still think we should go hard for the Carabao Cup because we've never really won it for a long, long time. And I feel like big teams have already started going out and big teams are playing each other already.
Yeah.
So I just think it's something that the FA Cup is so hard to win.
Yeah.
I know we have won it a lot, but I feel like the Carabao Cup, you could sneak away a trophy, and then at the end of the season, if you come third or fourth and it's a trophy, you could go in and go, it was a success.
That's right.
So I feel like you could sneak that in. Newcastle away.
On a Saturday night.
That's last year we won,
I
think 2-0. And it was very suspect the first 30 minutes. We thought we were going to get blown away.
Yeah.
I don't see anything other than us losing that.
That's tough. That's a tough game.
But again, we're dealing with a lot of horrible games in the first. That will be our 11th game this season in the league, and we would have already played Tottenham, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, and Newcastle.
And we're unbeaten.
So, well, if we can get through Sheffield United and Newcastle, we'll be unbeaten. Yeah. So I think it's about beating Sheffield United, Burnley, the 2 home games either side, and then just getting a draw away. Because I think any of the big 6 getting anything from St James's Park this year is going to be tough.
Yeah. So
that's one more so than Stamford Bridge. I would be happier with a draw.
Yeah.
At St James's Park than I would at Stamford Bridge now because of our record.
Yeah.
Anyway, We're through. We're not through, but we've got 3 more points to Sevilla. We've got 1 point at Chelsea. 1 injury through this. There's a lot of stuff around Thomas Partey. We don't know if he's injury. We don't know what it is.
Yep.
Apparently, we're hearing it is actually some kind of knock because he didn't come on at all at the weekend, which is interesting, and then didn't travel.
I think it was the gender reveal he did. I think
the gender reveal apparently might have tweaked his hamstring on the kick of the ball. So this weekend we got Sheffield United. So this is going to move us directly into Premier League predictions, which is what people were here to see.
Heck yeah.
They had to listen to 20 plus minutes of us talking about Arsenal now, and me talking about Baby FM. But we are here. We're at Prediction League. So last week, I can tell you that Joe won it with 7 out of 10.
Yeah, was that?
I tell you what, you averaged 7 or 6 out of 10. And he's won 4 weeks now.
Devil's Playground.
I got 6 out of 10. Yeah. I've won 3 out of the weeks. And Simon got 3 out of 10. So that's backing up his 2 out of 10 last week and then 3. He's having a bad time of it.
He's getting better though. 3's better than 2.
Maybe his brains are mushy from how busy he is.
He's tired.
But he's got 2 wins. So Simon on 2, me on 3, Joe on 4. Overall, Joe's on 39 points. I'm on 37, and Simon's on 31. Ooh. So all to play for. You need one good. Simon needs 1 good week. He's right back in the mix.
Like I said before we went on there, I wish my betting reflected how well I'm doing in fantasy football and the prediction league.
Well, maybe you should go with your predictions. So we're going to start here. Friday night football this week. Spurs played Monday night, and they're playing Friday night, which is a quick old turnaround, a bizarre way of doing things. So they're away at Palace. I think this is an interesting game. The talk around Spurs in general is interesting to me.
Yeah.
Big Ange, mate.
Yep.
I think they played very nice football.
Yeah.
Madison was talking about how a non-negotiable from him was high pressing at any point of the game.
Yeah.
You cannot stop.
I like that.
And I like that.
Yeah.
That will come with losses.
Yeah.
That is an aggressive football style. I like it. I think that's why the Tottenham fans are so happy is they're getting to watch a team that the team don't resent the club.
Yep.
The manager doesn't hate the club.
Yep.
The manager doesn't hate the owner. And they play decent, nice football.
And there's also no lingering elephants in the room like
Kane's contract. And
no one's talking about leaving. No. Everyone's in.
And when you look at the stats of Madison and Son, they're right off where Kane and Son were.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of assists and goals between the two.
Nightmare for fantasy football because we refuse to pick
we don't put Tottenham players in our fantasy football. And this weekend, that really hurt us.
It did. It knocked me off the top spot.
So there's a lot of talk around them in a minute. People are calling them potential winners of the Premier League. Arsenal were 1 or 2 points off of what Spurs are this year, last year.
Yeah.
When you look at that, people were calling us last year people that are going to just tail off.
Yeah.
We had a much deeper squad.
Yeah.
And we're playing, I would say, nicer football, scoring more goals than Tottenham are this year. And people were saying, yeah, it's just a good start to the season. For whatever reason, they're saying that Spurs this year are title contenders because of the way they're playing.
Yeah.
They have a very good 11. They're nothing beyond that point, in my opinion.
And Madison's taken a couple knocks already.
Madison's going to get kicked a lot because of the way he plays. I think Madison's probably the signing of the summer.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how people weren't all jumping. Anyone that's ever played fantasy football knows that guy's going to get you points.
Yeah.
So it was an odd one that people didn't jump on him. Newcastle feel like they were one Madison away from challenging.
Same with Ward-Prowse. Like 2 players that were just there and were picked up by Tottenham and West Ham respectively.
And shout out to listener Michael, our friend, because he always bookmarks when we first say the word Ward-Prowse because he's a Saints fan and he hasn't quite got over it. So sorry, Michael, for the Ward-Prowse mention, and not sorry to Lewis, Elton Prince, WWE fame, because he'd be glad we're talking about Ward-Prowse and how good he's doing for the Hammers. So, plenty of stuff going on there. But yeah, as far as Spurs go, I'm confused by them.
Yeah.
I think they are good.
Yeah.
I think their metrics are better than what they really are.
Yeah.
I think the talk of people saying that they've not played anyone good is rubbish.
Yeah, no.
I think they've played 4 or 5 terrible teams, and I think they played 4 or 5 good teams.
Yeah.
And the fact that they've come through unbeaten, that's very good.
Very good, yeah.
Because only Arsenal have played more Big Six teams than them so far.
Yep.
Man City have only played a couple. Man United have played a couple. Chelsea have played, I think it's 3.
Yep.
Not everyone's played many. And us and Spurs are the only unbeaten teams, and we're the only ones that have really played each other. So I don't think it's that because they've got some big games out of the way. But again, that style is going to come up because, on 96, 97 minutes, they were 1-0 down at home to Sheffield United 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
A team that does that, albeit they won somehow. And that's what quote unquote champions do. I just think maybe there's something in there. I was watching their match against Fulham and I thought they were good value for their win.
Yep.
but they just, I don't know. There was something that I just thought this could easily go two ways. And Fulham at home, we drew that,
Yeah. Yeah.
which was an awful result.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they will be found out. Will Palace away on a Friday night find them out? Maybe.
Awkward. Very
Yeah,
awkward.
I think it's an awkward one because I think Palace don't concede much. I know they just shipped 4, I think.
Yeah.
Because Anderson's in my fantasy team.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This could be a very cagey game. Selhurst Park on a Friday night be rocking. We've dealt with this.
Oh, yeah.
And again, the metric of how good they are compared to the Arsenal team of last year will be this game.
Yeah.
This game we won opening night on a Friday night 3-0.
We did.
And we blew them away.
Yeah.
And we silenced the crowd. This week, I think if they go and blow them away and win 2-3-0 or even a 1-0,
yeah,
I will then start thinking this team's for real because Palace are hard to score against.
Yeah.
I know they just shipped, but they are awkward. They're a very good defensive unit. They usually win or lose 1-0. Yeah. And a Friday night would be rocking. And it is a bit of a derby. It's not, but it is a little bit of a London derby.
Yeah.
But
that's a hard one to call.
Simon's called it as 3-1 Spurs.
Okay.
I've written it down wrong. I've written 3-1, even though it's 1-3.
3-1 Spurs.
I don't know. I'm going to say 1-1.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with a draw because naturally you can see it going both ways. I could see Spurs blowing away in 2-0 and going, wow, they are for real.
Yeah.
Or this is one of those nights that they really are Arsenal of old and you get beaten 2-0. It was too much for you.
Yeah.
They bully you off the ball and they get found out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is with Spurs, I think they might keep winning. But if you get an injury to Maddison and Son or one of two, because you've got to think, Man City are dealing with De Bruyne's injury.
Yeah.
They've dealt with
Rodri suspension.
They've dealt with a couple injuries in their defense. So Ake's been out for a bit. Akanji's missed a couple games.
Yeah.
They just dealt with some awkward things. Foden's been coming in and out of the team. Grealish was injured for a bit.
Yeah.
Arsenal again. Jesus has been in and out. Partey's been in and out.
Martinelli
was out for a while. Trossard's been injured. Saka's been out. Everyone's been dealing with these injuries. Man United obviously got a laundry list. Spurs haven't. They've had Basuma as a suspension.
Yeah.
And again, I think Sarr is a better player.
Yeah. And
Sarr can play deeper. So I don't think it's that big a loss. And it's not out of the realms of possibility that you lose, Sarr and Maddison all at once.
Yeah.
For 3 weeks.
Yeah.
How do they deal with that? Because Højbjerg is not good enough to come in for that long a period, I don't think. So I don't know. I think at some point in the season, they're going to have injuries. Or they don't, and they're Leicester and they win the league.
Yeah. I think it's a perfect storm.
Which instantly made me panic.
It's a perfect storm of they're playing well. There's a good vibe around the club from the outside and inside.
Yeah.
Lack of injuries is a big one.
I think the telling part, because it's so bitty now, isn't it? Like they're playing 4 or 5 Premier League games, international break. 4 or 5 Premier League games, international break. It's this next bit that's going to be, because the next international after that is March. They got to get through Christmas where you're playing every 2-3 days. You've got people like Man City away, and then you're going, away to West Ham. Then you're going home to Liverpool. These kind of games will come up. None of those are real games, by the way, because they've already played Liverpool. But that period is where, if they're top at Christmas and unbeaten, I think everyone should then start thinking. But
sure.
We were also 2 losses and top at Christmas by 5 points last year, and we all still knew City were going to catch us. So,
well, we were like very close to the end of the season, and we were still top. So
we all knew City were going to get good, and they did, and they just never lost from like Christmas.
Yeah.
It would be very annoying if the one year that City don't do that is this year and Spurs have to be the good team.
Yeah.
That would really annoy me because we missed out.
Well, I think the year Leicester won it, Spurs were the front runners.
Yeah, until last weekend, and we pipped them just last day. But realistically, it was Spurs' title race. It wasn't ours, even though we ended up second.
While we've been talking, I've been going back and forth. Like originally, my gut was telling me Spurs just win. Then I was kind of thinking more draw. I think for my first pick, I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to go Palace winning 1-0.
Honestly, here's the thing. One of us is going to get it right.
That's what I mean. I got to play aggressive here.
Okay. We're going to move on now to Chelsea versus Brentford. I believe this is the midday game on. Is it Saturday?
Okay, that'd be fun.
I believe. I could be way off. I'm just checking. Just looking.
I think.
Yes, it is.
In the past, this has been a weird one because Brentford have been very good and Chelsea haven't. I think Chelsea are figuring stuff out now. I think Cole Palmer is, like we said with Maddison, one of the signings of this window, just gone. Just because I think, again, another player, don't know why City gave him up. Like you said on Monday, don't know why City gave him up. Don't know why no one else snapped him up when they could. Brentford aren't quite firing as the same as they were.
Definitely not. This week they did.
Yeah.
They finally got it together. Wissa and Mbemo were definitely getting their connection back,
Yeah.
and they got a couple goals. But it was against Burnley, and I do feel like Burnley are going to be a bit of a punching bag for teams.
Yeah, I think like we've mentioned it on a few podcasts. Chelsea are a few goals or figuring it out away from being a very good team. And I think they are starting to put some bits together. I think this is a Chelsea win. I think Chelsea win this 2-0.
Okay, so Simon's also gone 2-1 for Chelsea. I'm going to play devil's advocate on this one because Chelsea, I think I've been saying all year, I think they're better than what they're letting on. Their XG is really good. They don't concede many goals. The performance against Arsenal, but very similar to the Newcastle game at the Emirates last year, I felt that Newcastle would struggle because I felt like they played like a cup final, how hard they were working. They got a draw out of us. Chelsea got a draw out of us and they worked extremely hard.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be repercussions for that. And I think the next couple of games, Chelsea might struggle because they put so much energy in.
Yeah.
And there's I don't think if there's three teams that are smaller outside the top six, you don't want to play at home.
No.
And them letting you have the ball.
Yeah.
I would say Forest is an awkward one because they counter so quick.
Yeah.
I think Brentford's the other one. Mbemo and Wissa alone, just those two, can make so much happen.
Yeah.
With very little of the ball.
I think Jensen also has been getting a lot of good stuff going.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be a little bit of a tired Chelsea team. And I think they might get undone. I think they're going to lose 2-1 to Brentford.
Oh, I like how these score predictions are going so far.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see it maybe 2-0 Brentford by half time.
Okay.
And Chelsea trying to get back in it. Very similar to how how Forest played against Man United. And I know Man United ended up winning 3-2, I believe.
Yeah.
But still. The next game's at the start of the 3 o'clockers, I believe. Yep. There's only 2 3 o'clockers. So you've got Bournemouth, Burnley.
Okay.
And Simon's actually gone Burnley a 1-0 win away.
Okay.
Which is very damning.
Yeah.
Because I think Bournemouth are very poor. I thought at the start of the season they weren't too bad.
Yeah.
But they've slowly been grouped in with Burnley, Sheffield United, and Luton as potentially the 4 worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people had Wolves in there, but Wolves are kind of pushed on.
Wolves have something.
Yeah. Did I say Simon went 1-0 Burnley away from it? Yeah. This is an interesting one because I want to talk a little bit about the tactical breakdown from this week. And I've completely blanked on his name.
Gary O'Neill.
He went on Monday Night Football. If you haven't seen it, go look at it. I think they've pieced it up on
I need
YouTube.
to go look at it, yeah.
He basically explained the exact tactics to beat Bournemouth, which is his old club, which he unfairly got sacked in the summer, because I thought he did a brilliant job. He came in after a few games. They were bottom of the league. We thought Bournemouth were just the team that like Scott Parker's Bournemouth.
Yeah.
We all went, they're down.
Yeah.
We kind of just accepted, very similar to Luton this year. Last year, we were like, they're down.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the year, I think they came like 14, 15. But I don't know.
He's a very good coach, Gary O'Neill.
Gary O'Neill did a very good job to keep them up, and he was rewarded with a sacking.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, I think he went to a bigger team.
Yep.
In hindsight, so it might be a blessing in disguise in Wolves. But how many times have we spoke about how well Wolves have played this year?
Yeah.
And the only thing we haven't really spoken about is who's their manager.
Yeah.
So Gary O'Neill has got them playing really nice football. He's got Neto back to his best. Cunha is so good up front.
Yep.
And Hwang is just, again, another team you don't necessarily want to play away from your home.
Not fun.
Because it is a bit awkward. Like City lost at Wolves recently. So Wolves are looking really good. And again, we're talking a lot of Wolves here. It's a Bournemouth game. But it's the fact that he broke it all down, how to beat Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And again, people are saying this is like the most big dog energy you'll get is getting sacked by a club, going and beating that club with a different club.
Yeah.
And then going onto Monday Night Football and tactically explaining how to beat that club.
Yeah.
It's just, but again, it's really good insight. People haven't really seen it before. It was a really cool watch. So if you haven't seen it, you can probably hear Luke in the background, which is absolutely fine.
He's having his say.
And if you heard my Monday episode, I stopped it about 5 times because the boy was up to all sorts.
I enjoyed the Luke breaks with the funky music. That's good, yeah.
I'm going to leave this one in. But Bournemouth do look poor, and it didn't help that he showed you how to beat them. Again, that was just how to beat them when Wolves play them.
Using his team,
Using his team. Which is not like, it's not good. It's not the secret to beating Bournemouth. I think the secret to beating Bournemouth is just playing football. And they get beaten a lot.
Do what you got to do.
I've been very unimpressed with both these teams.
Yeah.
I think this is the worst game of the whole weekend.
Yeah.
I don't see Burnley winning away from home.
No.
I see this being a draw. So I'm going to go 2-2.
Okay, draw's fair.
I think just because Burnley are odd. day one they went against City, and I thought they look really dangerous.
Yeah, put the
and
fight.
since then, I've just seen nothing from them.
Sheffield United did the same though, didn't they?
Sheffield United have shown a couple of fights, and just when I watch him, I just think, where's the player? Where's
Yeah.
that one player that we're scared of? Like Zaha was for Palace.
Yeah.
Whistler and Mbeumo are for Brentford. Like
Even
who's-
Wolves have those players, like we just mentioned.
yeah, where's that one player that's just gonna, turn you upside down and be like, oh damn, he's gonna destroy us basically. And I just don't see it in those four teams.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go draw.
Do you know what? I'm going to go devil's advocate once again. I'm going to say Bournemouth are going to get I'm going to say 1-0 win here.
Okay. I'll tell you what, one of us is gonna be right.
Yeah, and I like this setup because it's like it's a bit of a shootout so far.
And we're going to change this up. Usually, when we get to the Arsenal game, we kind of leave it till last.
Yeah,
I think we'll just throw it in there. We'll do there's not a crate. We've done a lot of Arsenal at the start. We've spoken a little bit about this game.
yeah.
So I think we'll do a prediction. Simon's gone 3-1 Arsenal.
Okay.
How do you think we're going to set up? Because I would like to see Havertz go up top, because you got to remember, people are saying that Zinchenko's been dropped for Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think that's true. I think it's to do with, I think they're both quality. They both
Tomiyasu though, like
yeah, it's unbelievable. He got player of the match the other night.
he's unreal.
Him and Rice, I've been just so impressed with this season. I believe Zinchenko and Tomiyasu are both quality. They both have different qualities. And I think this type of game, a low block from Sheffield United, who are going to sit and hope to counter, we know that's the case.
Yeah.
They're not going to have much of the ball.
No.
You need people like Zinchenko. Tomiyasu's there to stop really dangerous wingers. If you're playing Brighton, you put him on Mitoma, you put him on one of these players.
Yeah.
When you're playing Sevilla, you put him on whoever, But this type of game, Zinchenko is a bit of a liability defensively. He's not going to have to deal with much, because when they break, they're going to break with 2-3 max.
Yep.
Saliba and Gabriel are going to be back. Ben White's going to be back, because when we defend in a 3.
Yep.
With Zinchenko in the middle. He'll join Rice.
Yep.
So I think Rice will play in the 6th role in this game next to Zinchenko. And then the 2 10s, I think, will be Vieira and Odegaard.
Okay.
And I think it'll be Eddie, Saka, and Martinelli up front.
I like
because I think Jesus is out. And I think that's the type of game for it, because Eddie's a poacher. So Eddie's going to look for any kind of...
He'll enjoy this game.
Yeah, because they're going to be so low.
Yeah.
Any shots that get ricocheted, a la Man United 3-2 win last year, kind of little tap in. I think he's going to be there for those. I think if we get to 50, 60 minutes and we still haven't broken them down, then you bring Havertz on and start whipping in the crosses.
Yeah.
In my opinion, for
Eddie.
I like that. I think that's the way in which I'd do it. There's a chance Havertz will play left 8 instead of Vieira. But I really loved Vieira in that cameo we had he had 2 games at left 8. And when he played with Martinelli, he looked unreal.
I think 2 creative players behind the front 3 in Vieira and Odegaard against a Sheffield United style team. I think that's gold.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have stuff on a plate. And he's got faith in Eddie. And I think a game like this will solidify Eddie's confidence, because I think this is the kind of game where he could get like 2 goals.
And I know Odegaard's been getting a lot of stick, but these types of games last year were our undoing. We couldn't break teams down.
Yeah.
And this year, Odegaard is shooting on sight, and I know he's getting a lot of stick for it. But I think that's what you need, because when you tie that up with like an Eddie, those shots are going to ricochet eventually. If he has 3 or 4 shots in the game, one might hit the goal, the other 2 or 3 might hit players and ricochet into weird positions. Eddie's the guy you want in those positions.
100%.
Because he sniffs out those where it's going to drop to and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I like that team. I think it is a game for Zinchenko. I think honestly you could play someone like Kiwior in this type of game.
Yeah.
Could give him minutes.
Yeah.
And give someone like Gabriel someone like a break.
Yeah.
But I think the break will come against West Ham, because I do think he'll play like a Ramsdale, Kiwior. Again, the benefit of Tommy and Zinchenko switching now is, before you'd be like, Zinchenko starts every game. So when we play Carabao Cup, you're like, it's going to be Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
Even if we're playing a team with a low block, it has to be Tomiyasu because of the resting. Whereas now he can look ahead and be like, West Ham away, Jarrod Bowen. Who do I want on Jarrod Bowen? Not Zinchenko.
No.
Not the way he's playing. Yeah. We need Tomiyasu.
100.
So it's like, all right, make your decision for you. Tomiyasu is playing West Ham.
Yeah.
Zinchenko is playing Sheffield United.
Yeah. And
it just makes that life a little bit easier, I think.
I like that.
So that's the way I would do it. That's the way I'd set up. I really hope this is going to be, under Arteta, the one criticism I'd say is we don't often blow teams away at home.
Yeah.
I think that game against PSV this season was one of his biggest wins.
Yeah, I would have thought so, yeah.
And under Wenger, we got so used to these kind of low blocks were our dream.
Yeah.
I'd love watching these games, because we'd just be on the edge of their box.
Holding the ball, horseshoe around the box.
Yeah, and then just slowly we just win.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with that. I'm going to manifest this into existence. Scott, I'm going 4-0.
Okay, that's fair.
Arsenal. What are you going to go with?
I'm going to go Arsenal as well. I'm going to go 3-0.
Because again, we could easily come back next week and talk about what a calamity it was to lose 1-0 on the break against Sheffield United and then lose to West Ham in the cup. But
Yeah.
Hey, this is football, and that's all we're going to do on the Arsenal. Because again, I know you want to hear a bit more Prem stuff.
Yep.
So we're going to move on to the 5:30 game on Saturday, which is Wolves at home to Newcastle.
That's a tasty game.
Yeah, Simon's gone 2-2.
Fair.
I get it. I'm going to go one way or the other. I'm not going to go draw.
Yep.
I don't know what way because I think Newcastle. There's a little grouping of teams people are talking about. I think it's Newcastle, Brighton, and West Ham.
I'd throw Villa in there.
And Villa, sorry.
Yeah.
And Villa. Those four teams, I think, are not just competing for Europa, they're competing for Champions League spots.
100%.
They seem to score a lot of goals.
Yeah.
And anytime they've played each other, like Newcastle beat Villa like 4-1 start of the season.
Yeah.
And then Villa beat Brighton like 6-1.
Yeah.
But then Brighton beat Newcastle 3-0.
It's a fight. It's a shootout. It's a fight.
Yeah, those teams all kind of interchangeable and they all kind of smash each other in different ways. Wolves are definitely not in that grouping.
No.
But Wolves are a very tricky team.
They have the potential to be in that grouping.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. And the way they've been playing at home, it's not going to be an easy. And again, when Arsenal play Wolves, I feel the same way. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be one of those days that you're going to have to go get a 2-1, 1-0 win away from home.
Yeah.
And be very happy with it. Newcastle playing Dortmund tonight at home.
Yeah.
That's going to take a lot of energy because the crowd are going to be so big.
They've lost Tonali as well.
They have lost. Is that official now?
I think that's
in 10 months, but I don't know if it's when does it start?
Oh, well, they seem to be given a send off in the last game, so kind of feels like it feels like it's coming.
So they're down a man, a very top level player.
Yeah.
Short week.
Isaac's back.
Isaac is back.
Back to fitness.
Wilson back to fitness as well. Played last week, got a goal.
Yeah.
I honestly, this could go so. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Wolves win.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think that's going to happen, but I feel like everything in my body's just like, oh, Newcastle will somehow win 2-1. So I'm going the opposite of what I think because that's usually what's right.
Well, I was leaning towards a surprise Wolves win here. But I
don't say devil's advocate again. People are going to be livid.
But once again, I'm going to have to play devil's advocate because I'm going to go Newcastle. I think Newcastle. During this conversation, I've gone back and forth a few times, but I'm going to go Newcastle there with a 2-0 win.
I was going to say you're going to say 2-0.
Yeah.
So we've got 2-2, 2-1, 2-0. That's across the board. Again, I think that is one of the games of the weekend. You ever get it where there's certain grounds that you just don't like watching?
Yeah. Especially Wolves under the lights.
Wolves under lights I don't like watching.
Yeah, it's not fun.
And again, that probably translates to the players and it's not the ideal time to play them essentially at night. Like I think midday at Wolves is a way different animal.
Different.
Yeah. Sounds weird, but the next game is the West Ham Everton game.
Okay.
Simon's gone 3-1 West Ham. Everton are a bizarre team. West Ham are definitely better than we anticipated. It's a tough one. I think Everton are going to be safe this year.
Yeah.
I think the majority of their games are going to be won at home.
Yeah.
I don't like the look of them away from home, West Ham.
No.
I'm hoping this is a very hard game for West Ham.
Everton,
because of the short week turnaround to playing us in the week.
Everton are similar to Wolves, but I'd say in a slightly more negative way. I'd say Wolves lean towards the potential that they have, and they should be doing better.
Yeah,
I think Everton leans slightly more towards the opposite end.
Yeah,
they don't have the potential that Wolves have, but they somehow grind out victories.
And you got to remember West Ham, as far as the Arsenal are concerned, is West Ham are playing Thursday night this week.
Yep.
So tomorrow night, they are then playing Sunday. And then they're playing next Wednesday against us.
Yes.
So they got,
rapid fixtures.
Essentially, between the time that we played Sevilla and then them, they're going to play 2 games.
Yeah.
Whereas we're going to play 1 and the turnarounds are shorter.
Yeah.
So again, that's why I hope for a really awkward tie for them. Did you say a result?
No.
I think I'm going to go 2-0 West Ham.
Yeah.
I think you got to look at Antonio and Bowen to be getting goals.
Yeah.
I don't know. But it is. I think it's to be a good game. It's on television. It's on Sky Sports. It says 1:00, and I assume the clocks are going back on Saturday night.
Yeah, it's a funny time.
So I've noticed that the NFL, it's usually on at 6 our time, is on at 5.
Yeah,
and these games are at 1. I don't know if they are predetermining the clock, so that will turn to 2 on Sunday.
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
Yeah, but these games are all 2. The rest of them.
Oh, that's odd.
And they've bolstered Sunday out and diminished Saturday. So there must be a reason for that.
That's very odd. I know it's because a lot of like European, like Villa,
Okay,
Brighton,
yeah.
Liverpool,
That makes sense.
West Ham are all in Europe.
Yeah.
Man United are, but they just needed a big 5:30 game,
Yeah.
4:30 game, but it's actually at 3:30.
That's odd.
So
Something's happening with the time.
I don't know what's going on.
I get the clocks. I think do go.
They
back,
do go back, but I don't know what's going on if that sticks there. Anyway,
I'm gonna say this is a West Ham win. I think I'm gonna go 3-1.
Okay. The next game is, I think, ironically, Simon's going the opposite. It's Villa at home to Luton.
Whoa.
I've lost 4 points on my fantasy team just to get Watkins in.
I've triple captained Watkins this week for this game.
And this is all you need to know really about this game. It's 2:00 or not on television. I'd like to have seen this on television to see how it goes. I do think the Luton are going to get turned over a lot this year.
Yeah.
And I think that grouping that I talked about, the Brightons, West Ham, Villas, that lot, are the team that are going to turn them over because they're so potent.
That's where Luton are dropping their points for sure, yeah.
Something I did see this week. So Simon's got 2-1 Luton win.
Okay, fair. I respect it.
I'm going to go with Villa 6-0.
That's a good shout.
Yeah. The reason I do that is just they're so good
Yeah.
at a minute. The only thing I'd say is the XG. I know I talk about XG and it doesn't really matter. I'm not talking about field tilt yet. The XG for them versus Brighton when they won 6-1 was the game should have been like 2-2 or something.
Yeah.
I saw that they've outperformed their XG by 11 XG.
Wow.
So they were, I don't know how many goals they've scored so far, probably like 20 or 21. Let's say it's 22. The XG is telling them that they should be scoring around 10.
Okay.
So they're way outperforming their XG.
Yeah.
So, for example, XG works in like how hard a chance is basically. Jesus' goal against Sevilla had a 0.01 XG.
Oh, wow.
And that turned into a goal. So that's completely outperforming your XG of one goal from no goal. At the minute, and we know we've dealt with Emery, sometimes results are better than what you're seeing.
Yeah.
I think Villa are actually playing very nice football.
Yeah.
Whereas under Emery, under Arsenal, we were like, oh, this is so poor.
The eye test wasn't good.
It was awful, but we were winning games.
Yeah.
But we weren't winning games the way they're winning games of like 5 and 6 goals.
Yeah.
So there is a chance that at some point this XG is going to catch up with them and they're not going to be finishing the chances as well as they have been.
Yeah.
Because sometimes teams are just in a mode, like at the minute, everything they hit goes in.
Yeah.
Eventually that's going to stop. I just don't think against Luton it's going to be, because Luton have only played a couple bigger teams at times.
Yep.
And there's moments where I'm like, if a team is clinical, they are going to actually win. I think there will be a 9-0 against Luton this year.
There's a big disparity between, I think, Luton. I hate to say it, between Luton and the league.
Yeah, because it just feels odd. And I know they fought back against Forest and away from home 2-2. I think it was away from home, yeah. But I don't know. I just think either Liverpool, the teams that are going to do it will be Liverpool, Newcastle, or Villa.
Yeah.
Are going to completely rout them at some point.
Yeah.
And I do think this might be one of them. I think 6-0 is a fair result.
Yeah, I think Watkins kind of summed up their XG thing in that last game because he didn't really show much in the game. He didn't have many chances, but he ended up with an assist and a goal.
Do you know what I'm excited for? With Villa's short week and they have to win tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Watkins gets benched at the weekend.
Oh my God.
Because I'm tempted to triple captain Haaland against United because I said that was the game I was going to do. I was going to do it at the Etihad, but that was the game because I feel like he turns up for those games more so than the smaller games. I feel like he misses a lot of chances in the smaller games. But I'm waiting to see if he plays for City this week because if he doesn't play midweek, you can almost guarantee he's playing against United. Because to be fair, he should be resting his team for the United game.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But if he plays midweek, I'm worried that he's going to try and do Galaxy Brain and not play Haaland against United.
Okay, there's no way he's not playing Haaland against United. Like that is a big game.
Anyway, Villa.
I'm going to go Villa 5-0.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Watkins will get a hat trick in now. I'm hoping for my triple captaincy.
I think he might get 4. Next game is Brighton v Fulham, another untelevised game in the UK.
Yeah.
Brighton at home to Fulham. Simon's gone 3-0.
Okay.
I don't think there's much to talk. I think Fulham are really passive.
Yeah.
I don't think they're awful. I think they're just very passive.
Yeah, yeah.
Watching that game against Spurs, I just couldn't see where the goal was going to come from.
Williams working very hard to try and get something going.
Yeah, Wobie's a very good player. They don't start him. I don't know why. They just bought him.
Yeah.
I think Brighton at home to Fulham, they're going to be Brighton.
Yeah.
And I think that's a 2-0.
I think Fulham, they lost the cutting edge with Mitrovic big time.
Again, it's that one player you're scared of. When a bigger team like, because we're Arsenal fans, you go away to Palace, you're worried about Zaha.
Yep.
what we were.
Yeah.
You go to a Fulham, you're worried about Mitrovic. There's these players that worry you in certain teams.
Yeah.
And these smaller teams at the minute, like Luton, Sheffield United, Bournemouth, and the other team, Burnley.
Yeah.
There's no one player that I'm actively like, let's mark him out again because I'm terrified.
You would have hoped for Luton it was Ross Barkley, but he hasn't really.
Andros Townsend done for Luton.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
What a team.
Wow. I think Brighton are going to win this. I think it's going to be Brighton 3-0.
Same as Simon.
Yeah.
Next game is Liverpool v Forest, another untelevised game.
That's a bit of fun, that game.
I think that's an interesting game.
Yeah.
I swear they played Forest like 2 weeks ago.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
I feel like they played Forest 2 weeks ago.
Wasn't in the cup or something, was it?
No, I feel like they won at home 2-1, but they obviously didn't.
No.
Simon's gone 3-1 Liverpool. This, again, every week I say about Forest. A team that at home throw away a 2-0 lead to Luton worries me a lot to play against Liverpool at Anfield. But again, I don't think that there's a much better team than Forest on the counter.
Yeah.
I say every week, it doesn't necessarily come true every week. It's happened once this year. Well, they played very well against us opening day, I believe.
Yeah.
On the counter, they really made the end horrible. Then Man United, they went 2-0 up at Old Trafford. And then when you look at this, I think they've also played Chelsea away from home. Yeah. And they got a draw.
Yeah.
They've gone away to the Big Six a lot for us so far, and they're not at the bottom.
Good side.
So it shows you that I think they're going to be a problem for a lot of teams. Because when all these big teams have to then go to Forest, we learned it last year, it's a horrible place to go.
Yeah.
But Liverpool do, like I said the other day, they 3 weeks ago we had them as title contenders. They got screwed out of a win, and we've now considered them as like top 4 contenders.
Yeah.
Nothing's really changed.
No.
Salah is in the form of his life without people realizing.
Yep. Quietly getting on with it.
Quietly in a real crazy, I think it's 13 games without a goal, with a goal or an assist, but he's not actively just getting like an assist. It's like a goal and an assist every game.
Yeah.
He's quietly, if you do a shot on target, get Salah a shot on target.
Yeah.
I could definitely see Forest getting a goal on the counter, but I just think Liverpool have too much to score too many goals, and I think I agree with Simon. It's going to be 3-1.
Yeah, I think it's going to be wide open. I don't think it's going to be a game that's going to be cagey.
No, and Liverpool are shaky at the back, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Forest will definitely get a goal.
Mm-hmm.
I think Forest could go 1-0 up. But I'm going to say, I'm going to go 3-1 as well.
Wow, that's a very all-in exact agreement. Scoreline. The last game of the weekend is the Manchester derby.
Tasty.
Man United at home, Old Trafford. City are coming to town. They're staying in the same town. Simon has gone for 1-1.
Yeah.
It's an awkward one. I don't know if the stats back this up, but I feel like United have City's number a little bit.
Yeah.
But I also feel like City always win at Old Trafford. So I feel like they win away from each other's homes.
Yeah.
So I feel like City will win this one. And then United will just, Rashford will have that one amazing game where he just scores 2 at the Etihad. I don't know if any of that backs up what I'm saying, if any of that's true, but that's what it says in my head.
Yeah.
So I'm interested by this. I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say is United have won the last 2 league games in weird fashion.
Yeah.
I thought they were awful against Sheffield
convincing.
United, but they won. And that's what's important. They have to keep getting these wins. And again, last year I thought they were awful pretty much all season, but they seemed to get enough wins to come third.
Yeah.
Or was it 4th by the end? I think it was 3rd.
They're definitely a lot messier this season than
it's worse than last year, but they're still winning. But they had a lot of losses already.
Yeah.
So as far as the league goes,
I
hope United win.
That'd be very nice. Yeah.
It worries me because this is the year of Spurs.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't know, because Man United played Copenhagen last night.
Yeah.
And they won 1-0 and they gave away a penalty on 95 minutes. Onana might have started his career at Man United with the save. But you do worry about them a little bit. You just think, God, that's the game that we talk about where Man United, Old Trafford, in my head, I don't know, again, if this makes sense. Juan Mata scores.
Yes, yeah.
And they win 4-0.
Yeah.
And you look at it and go, they won 4-0 home to Copenhagen. Yeah. Very similar to Arsenal, how we used to be with Champions League games.
Yeah.
The fact they're struggling with those games, and they look so disjointed.
There's a big problem.
There is a big problem. And I don't see it getting good anytime soon.
And this is not the game for it to get good,
But if they are going to win a game,
I
don't know. I really don't know. And City are a little bit out of sorts. I would say if you were doing an accumulator, I wouldn't be betting on this one.
No.
I really don't know. I'm going to just put out there and say Man United are going to win 1-0.
Fair. So.
It's honestly, I think that's one of the hardest games to call, just based on form, where it is. The derby part of it changes everything.
Okay.
I don't know.
because it's so hard to call, I'm gonna have to come up from the flames and play devil's advocate.
Honestly, there's gonna be complaints. So what's the score for City?
Okay, so I'm gonna go City 3-0.
That's not just devil's advocate. I mean, like you just
evil. It's
you
pure
just got,
evil.
Yeah, it is pure evil.
I think City are just too good. Like I know they haven't been necessarily.
Could just be the team that completely showed. Like we played a very cagey game against Man United at home for some reason.
Yeah.
But other than that, they played Spurs away and they got beaten quite badly, to be fair. And then other than that, they've been struggling with kind of mid to lower teams. Whereas now they're finally going against proper opposition who will not be scared of them in any way. Like we act passive against them for some reason.
Oh, Man City are deadly. They turn up whatever the game.
Man City will go in thinking, oh, they're going to smash them.
Yeah.
Could this be the moment where they go, oh my God, we can't actually play Maguire and Johnny Evans against Man City?
100%.
I don't know. So I'm very interested to see that game. I'll definitely be watching.
Yeah.
Whatever time it's on, I don't understand. 3:30 apparently. So that's our predictions for the week. We've got everyone locked in there. Joe is currently ahead on the predictions league. Yeah,
there's a couple sketchy ones in there. I've gone very heavy devil's advocate this week, so it could either go one way or the other here.
Yeah, I'm interested. Simon's only gone 2 draws, whereas he tends to go about 6 draws.
Yeah,
so I'm very interested about it. Make sure you follow Simon on all his social medias, Simon Miller 316. Keep an eye out for his impact sighting. And obviously everything else he's been doing with What Culture and his own YouTube. You can follow us at The Brothers on YouTube. We're putting up some shorts from the podcast and some of our wrestling stuff. You can follow us at ByTBA on all other forms of social media, including XOTBA on Twitch, where we play some Fortnite. But this was our prediction league. We spoke a little bit about Chelsea and Sevilla. Before next week, Arsenal hopefully would have beaten Sheffield United comfortably, and Tottenham would have lost. That will be an ideal set of circumstances, and we'll be back on here next Wednesday, hopefully with Simon, getting ready to talk about West Ham, Newcastle away, Sevilla at home. So lots to talk about next week. Again, I can't imagine there'll be a lot to talk about on this weekend, but the Premier League always surprises you. And I might even jump on here if it's like City win 9-0, I'll jump on. Because it's something that needs to be talked about. But other than that, we're probably back next Wednesday. Again, something could happen, but we'll be back. Gunners Are Us podcast, 5-star review. Tell your friends. Download it 1,000 times. Make me feel good. Make me feel warm and fuzzy in my tum tum.
Like a full tummy on a Sunday.
Yeah, I've stolen Simon's stuff there. But Joe, you usually have a. have you thought of something?
Oh, I have.
Out of interest, do you think of these way ahead of time, or
no? Right now, just came up with it.
It's just I don't know how you do it. Because I tried it. Did you hear my try?
I liked it. I respected it.
Okay. All right, let's get ready. I'm getting ready to stop recording so you can finish this off.
Sheffield this weekend will not be United. They'll look more like a confused owl on a Wednesday.
Ooh.
Come on, Arsenal! Come on.